Okay. Is your brain burning?
No.
So I suppose you want me to do this?
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, you go ahead and do it. Go ahead.
Okay, we're going to try this.
Okay.
Welcome to the CC and JT Amateur Hour, where production values go to die. I'm CC.
I'm JT.
And we are very out of whack this morning, so
Our brains are not braining.
JT normally does the intro, so if it feels a little off, that's why, because he's so practiced at it now, and
That's right.
I'm winging it. So welcome. We are here on a Monday instead of Sunday, as we normally do, because we were out at a book event yesterday, but we'll talk more about that in a little while. In the meantime, are you ready to take over?
Really
Okay,
you
never mind.
really don't want to do this. Okay, I'll do this. Routine is the heartbeat of a relationship. Routine is the heartbeat of a relationship, and we have routines down. Saturdays, we like to meet in a business environment to talk about our little Two More Books LLC, which we have a great deal of fun with. And then Sunday, we sit down and do podcasts, and then we do little routine things. And for a retired couple, we like the routine things.
Yes.
Because it helps free up that time for writing.
Mm-hmm.
But we had the grandson over Saturday. He spent Friday night and Saturday.
Yep.
And we did not sleep. And it just rolled downhill from there.
Yes.
And then of course we did do our Saturday routines, and we did do our Sunday routines, because as you said, we had the book event yesterday.
Yep.
Routines are a heartbeat of a relationship. So if you want to have a solid relationship, a long-lasting relationship, routines and predictability go a long way towards that, because an unpredictable partner is like living with a cat in a sack. The stress and everything like that is just out there.
It's true.
Yeah, so routine, predictability are heartbeats to the relationship. Notice how I keep changing this.
The thing is that some people actually thrive on unpredictability, but we are not those people.
Yeah.
And for us, many, many years of routine, more than 4 decades of routine at this point,
Mm-hmm.
you can tell if we get thrown off of our routine, we get very discombobulated. That's the word.
Because they just don't sort of feed into each other. It's like being in a public arena yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
It just and it was only like for 5 or 6 hours. Something.
Yeah, I think it was about 5 hours, and
it wasn't that much.
It was exhausting though, almost as exhausting as having the grandson over.
Yeah, but the funny thing is of course we used to do the 40-hour week thing,
Yep.
8 to 5 thing, and we would do that everything, and we would still come home exhausted, but we would get up and go the next day and do the same thing. So it's
You get used to it though after a while, because with the 40-hour-a-week thing, you knew that you had to go in and you were going to have to deal with people, and you were going to have a specific set of tasks to do each day. In our particular jobs, we were both very task-oriented, and we had very specific tasks related to our specific jobs, so that routine was there, and even though we were exhausted, we could still function.
Mm-hmm. So routine and predictability. There's something else that's part of a relationship, and that's brand loyalty. Not really, but when you've been in a relationship for a while, you kind of know which brands that we like and which that we don't like.
In case you couldn't tell.
Today we're Coca-Cola. We just
rocking the
Coca-Cola. We're rocking the Coca-Cola thing. Just because, it just worked out that way. It just worked out that way.
And we're Cubs fans, so you'll always see some version of a Cubs logo somewhere, because we're Harry Carey over here, or a little Cubs beanie guy.
Yeah.
So, also, the cutest little Coca-Cola glass ever. I love these. So we are not in any way sponsored, which we've said in the past. We have no sponsorships. But we do have a very strong brand loyalty to the brands that we are familiar with, the ones that are a daily part of our routine, like our Diet Coke.
Or our weekly part of a routine, because obviously, because we're doing this podcast on
Yes.
Monday versus Sunday,
Right.
we were knocked out of our Sunday routine, which involves getting something from Jack in the Box and drinking
true.
Jack in the Box coffee.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't have that. We don't have that for the podcast, which is not on Jack in the Box. It's on on our routine thing. So
And actually, I think we threw off the Jack in the Box routine on Saturday
yeah,
because we ordered the breakfast that day. Since the grandson was here, our order was a little different than normal. So I don't know that they realized it was us because it was the wrong day and it wasn't the exact order that we do every week. So it goes both ways.
yeah, I know. And so let us continue the most boring podcast I think we've ever done. Oh my gosh. We do want to say good morning to or good day to all of our loyal folks, and we're hoping that Jennifer, we hope that you have a better day. Wow. And Terry, we should be talking here sometime soon. You're definitely in our thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And of course to El Presidente of our fan club, Kappa, and Vice President Dan. Hola.
Who we should say are the co-grandparents of our awesome grandkids.
Yes, they're also the co-grandparents, and so they had that yesterday. And of course, yesterday was Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we were over at the Carson Mall doing the books things, because it was a Carson Mall thing. And I got to tell you, went in there having my hesitation about it, but you know what? They really took care of us. They give us
awesome.
They give us a prime spot,
Mm-hmm.
and then they fed us,
Mm-hmm.
and that was so cool. And that you go
Don't
to these
get that.
events, and they sometimes you just get thrown in the corner, and then they forget about you. But the Carson Mall, magic moments.
Yeah, I think it was magic or magical moments. We'll have to clarify that. But I will say that the prime spot that JT is talking about, in going back to brand loyalty, it is a popular local brand, Schatz Bakery.
Yeah.
And there is a Paul Schatz here in Carson City. There is another Schatz, I can't remember the first name, in Bishop, California. It is a family business, but it's very well known in our area. And there's actually a new Schatz in Washoe City, which is the north end of Washoe Valley. It's Annika Schatz. And I just noticed today that they are doing some good things. They're trying to provide free meals to their local residents. So there is a lot of loyalty to the local Schatz brand.
So it's if you are, of course, a local, Schatz, and you love Schatz. I've never heard anything bad said about Schatz.
Oh, their pastries are awesome.
Yeah, and so anyway, we again want to thank Magical Moments in Carson Mall for hosting us yesterday, along with probably about 19 or 20 other vendors, and we got to talk to people, which is really the fun part. We actually sold books, and the question is always, had many books? And I'm just going to say it this way. Going into these things now, I've learned through sad experience that my projected number of books is 0. It's 0.
Sad.
So whenever we sell more than 0, it's a success. Therefore, yesterday was a success. And that's just the state of things.
And we will say that unlike many of our book events, since we do often pay for booth space, we broke even yesterday. We didn't earn a lot. I think we made a few dollars, but we covered the cost of our booth space, and we didn't spend it on our fellow vendors, which we have been known to do.
Yeah.
Because it's hard not to want to support our fellow vendors. We know what they're going through. And also we didn't have to buy food because it was provided as part of the event. So it was a win-win. And if they do that event again, I don't know about JT, but I would be on board.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
And if you did not see us yesterday, and a lot of people did see us yesterday, came by and talked, and we love doing that.
Yep.
Going down the list here, on May 25th, we will be at the Churchill County Library in Fallon, Nevada, where I will be giving a talk on a sheriff in Nevada. Yay. And talking about using Nevada as a backstop for books. So I have a special love for the Churchill County Library because they were the first library. Actually, they were the first, I think, person ever, the first organization ever to put my books on their shelves. So I'm really glad. And it was a physical book too.
Yep.
June 6th, we will be in downtown Sparks for the Sierra Arts Foundation Bookfest, which is going to be fun. We'll be at a table and a booth, and so that will be fun. June 13th, we may be at Nevada Pride via the Brewery Arts Center.
Mm-hmm.
We have supplied a application, so we're hoping that we can do that.
Yep.
And July 18th, we may be at the Reno Public Market. Again, we submitted an application to the wonderful Mr. Bill Brown, longtime local celebrity and mentor to many of us writers. We adore and respect Mr. Bill Brown.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also have August 25th, where Cece will be taking her turn at the Churchill County Library, talking about her book. Her book, that was a cue.
Sorry,
Her book.
I wasn't on.
Passion.
I wasn't anywhere near that one, but yes, Passion Restored. So probably this and the sequel.
Yep, and then in September and October we have other events, especially in October, including the very exciting debut of Battleborn Bride. So that's really awesome.
Mm-hmm. We are definitely making progress with the books.
Yeah, sorry for the lack of energy, folks, but we just don't got it today. But because we love our fans.
Caffeine free.
Yeah,
Wah, wah.
that wasn't necessary. We should have gone caffeine. And now we go segue into the manuscript status, and again we're back at Passion Restored.
So the second book of the Restless Spirit series, which I have not yet released the title of, it is currently in the proofing queue with our editors. So I'm looking at a release date. I've been kind of fiddling around. I started with Memorial Day. Then I thought about Flag Day, but I think I've settled on I'm going to release it on my birthday.
Okay.
I figured that's probably the safest bet. I still need a cover for it. Once I get the cover, I will be doing the cover and title release.
That's awesome.
And I may put it on pre-sale.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Then Then we talk about Battleborn Bride.
Battleborn Bride, which is due to my editors this Wednesday. And I do have a first draft. I'm not 100% thrilled with it yet, but it's going to go off to the editors probably the way it is because of things like having a visit from our grandson. So our weekend got a little thrown off. And so the book, I think for the moment is probably, I may get a little work on it tomorrow, but otherwise it's going to the editors on Wednesday for the first round.
That's awesome. And so far we've got like 2 books that we're going to be releasing.
That will be in October.
And the third book we'll be releasing this year will be the sequel to this guy, Finding Salvation, which I have not released the name or done the cover on it yet. The editors are all done. I need to go through and accept the changes on the proofing, and then I need to put it all together and get it posted, and I still do not have a date. I'm not worried about it because it'll happen when it happens. I might shoot for my birthday because that seems to be like a logical thing. If you're doing yours on your birthday, I might do mine on my birthday, which is July 24th. Just because, hey. I don't mean to sound like I'm underpowered on this book because I was just rereading it, and it's actually, I think it's very good. I think it's very good. I think it is a worthy sequel to Finding Salvation. I just have to figure out minor details like the title. And so Red Adept did their usual wonderful job, and they gave a fantastic blurb, which I'm going to be using and putting it in all of the documentation and all of the pre-sales and everything, because they captured it. The person that captured it, one of the editors, just did a fantastic job in doing that. So look for that. So look for the marketing on that coming here pretty soon. And then right now I am tapping on a book that is not in any of the universes before, which I know for some of my readers, they want me to get onto the sequels to other books, such as, yes, I know that people want a guide to the Salvation universe. I'm glaring at 2 people, the other person, her, and the other person who she knows who she is. They want a compendium or a guide on that.
Yeah, compendium.
So, that's going to come eventually. The sequel to the Maggie series, book 4,
which would be Sheriff in Nevada, book 4.
But, I've gotten 20-something words on it. I didn't like the way it was going. So
you mean 20,000 or 20?
20,000.
Okay.
20,000, and I got there and it's like, I don't really like this, and so I just put it aside, and I got more enthusiastic about this other book, which is, 77,000 words, and I think it's going to top out at about 100,000. So But going back to, so book 4, the Sheriff of Nevada series will probably be sometime next year, maybe, if I get inspired.
Well, and if we're talking about next year, I have book 3 of Restless Spirits. The first draft is done. I need to revise it and send it off to the editors. So it will probably be coming out, I'm thinking maybe January or February of next year. So we're not really pushing releases this year as much as we have been in the past, because last year was a big release year for JT.
Anyway, reach over there and grab that blue book there, because I want to talk about that one next. And then we are taking a road trip. We're going to be on a road trip. And what we're going to do is the plan here. We actually could have brought the big poster.
That's true.
We're going to be doing a road trip and outlining the prequel to From Tundra to Tiara.
Yep.
The prequel to From Tundra to Tiara while we're on the trip. So.
And this is one that we co-wrote together. So I presume we will do the same experience where I write the female character, JT writes the male character.
So while we are, traveling, boom, 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 and we hope to do a podcast on the road. CC will definitely doing videos. I'll circle back right into that. But our hope is to do the prequel to this adventure, romantic adventure, soft romance kind of thing.
Contemporary.
Yeah, in January.
Actually, it won't quite be a contemporary though, because we're looking at a prequel. It could be an interesting. Not quite historic, but definitely a little bit of a different time period.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of fun. We got some details to work out because we're going to be using some characters from that book, obviously, but making it a prequel.
Right.
And we haven't quite figured out, time frames and stuff like that. So this is going to be fun. So look for that, probably next year.
And we should mention that obviously From Tundra to Tiara, it does have a reluctant royal in it. The series title that we gave to it, because we were talking about creating a series, is Queens and Consorts. So it is a matriarchal lineage type of situation. So we'll see how the prequel goes.
And one last thought, and I don't see the books that are handy there. Oh, there it is. It's down there on the bottom shelf.
Zoe?
We sold porn yesterday.
Wait a minute. Oh, you want Tucci?
We sold porn yesterday. It always makes me laugh when we do this. Somebody actually bought. Did they buy the compilation? They bought the compilation, and we told them. We told them that this is a not safe for work book, which I wrote sort of as a challenge to myself, just for fun. But somebody bought it, and I was totally blushing the entire time.
Well, they also bought it for their kid.
I didn't need to know that. They're adult kid.
Yes, obviously. But we are very upfront about the content of our books. Most of them, I don't know if we're really good about trigger warnings, but this book definitely has some graphic sex and violence, and it is the redemption arc for an ex-convict. So
yeah, and if basically, if you're thinking of a trigger, it's in that book.
That is the book, and we've talked about this previously, but that's the one that really made me wonder about JT and what I don't know about him.
I just wrote it to see if I could write it. That's all. Really, it was all. I just said, hey, could I do a film noir kind of book? The book opens in a dark Chicago valley, raining, instant violence. That's how it starts. And I was just saying, can I go down this dark alley in my brain? And you know what? It was easy.
It got dark.
It got dark. It was easier than I thought it would be.
But I will say that if, obviously a lot of people are into dark true crime type things, but even in this with Tucci, who really doesn't have a lot to redeem him as a person, he still ends up trying to become a better person because of another person. So there is some romance in it.
Yeah, so if that's the kind of your thing, and you don't want me to know who you are, these books are available on all of the platforms, but they're also available in our bookstore. Where, if you order through our bookstore, we will, depending on the book, of course, autograph it. And if you are in the Carson, Reno, Gardnerville, Dayton area, and if you order through our bookstore, we will delete the shipping cost upon receipt. And just and bring it to you to a public place of your choosing,
right? A
common public place of your choosing, and we'll autograph it and so on and so forth.
And we do understand that ordering from us is the shipping costs right now are pretty outrageous. So if you want to find our books on other platforms, we completely understand that as well. So if you go to our website, www.carsonhume.com, you can find all the platforms where they're available.
Yeah.
So we understand, because we did send books to somebody earlier this year and we were all having sticker shock.
Yeah. But also related to that, if you're out of this area and you get sticker shock with the shipping, what we did with this person who was literally on the other side of the country, and you know who you are, we refunded the difference. Once we got the shipping cost, we refunded the difference from what our website charges, because it's really a guesstimate to what it actually was. So,
Right.
So we try to keep it real.
Yeah.
And we really try, hard to do right by people. We work hard on these books to give y'all a quality experience. We're not selling words, we are selling feelings. And we try to sell good, we try to appeal to your feelings in a way that makes it worthy of your time. And then on the financial side, we feel that we are pricing these correctly. If you do buy them from our website, that is where we make the most profit. Folks, the sites like the great Amazon in the Sky, Kobo, Barnes & Noble, we make nickels and dimes. But if you buy from the website, then that's where we make the biggest profit, and those profits go right back into our store. We have not pocketed a profit at all since we started our little LLC, and we do not predict that we will be doing it anytime in the near future.
And if you do happen to order, for example, something like Passion Restored, these are like 99 cents as ebooks, and we, like JT said, we make pennies. But if you were to do that, where you could really help us would be to leave a review, because we get more visibility the more reviews we get. I know for Amazon, I think it's around 50 reviews before they really start pushing you.
Yeah.
And I've heard different numbers from different people.
Yeah, they probably mess with the algorithm so
I
much
think they
now that
do.
it's probably not even true anymore.
But the more reviews we get, the better. And it doesn't have to be anything really in depth. If you just want to say, I enjoyed the book, if you type a sentence in there. And I've heard, I have not verified this, but apparently Amazon does not allow reviews anymore unless you've purchased the book from Amazon, which I don't know how I feel about that. So, if you happen to buy a copy as an ebook on Amazon and leave a review, we would really appreciate it. You can also review on places like Goodreads.
Yeah, and this is what one person wrote as a review, as an example, and it's a fantastic review. I love it. Thank you. And its reviews are really easy to leave. "Quote unquote, I love this book. Didn't want it to end. Hopefully a sequel? ? Interesting characters and a beautiful look at the state of Nevada. The author knows his stuff. Highly recommend."
And wasn't that?
That was Zoe.
Oh, that was Zoe.
Yeah, that was Zoe.
Okay,
So we guess we should have brought out all the books, huh?
So that was Zoe, which this is actually the special edition cover, because we call this the cowboy cover.
Yeah.
This is a fun book. I really like this one because Zoe is an FBI agent who comes to Nevada, so she's more of a fish out of water.
Yeah.
But again, there's a lot of good romance in it.
Okay, so we talked about our books, we talked about our appearances, we talked about our manuscripts, we talked about the value of routine and predictability in a relationship. I don't know if we're going to really go much further because we're really low powered.
The one thing I want to say, and we talked about brand loyalty kind of a little bit earlier, what we are trying to do, we're trying to create the best product possible. And in order to do that, we need to kind of create our own brand. I don't know if we are successful with that, because obviously if you see things like the Coca-Cola logo, for example, you recognize the Coca-Cola logo as a specific brand and it brings to mind specific things. So we are trying to create a brand. Our brand is us, basically. The two of us, our podcast is part of our brand. This is what we are. This is what we do. So we're hoping, we have made a few contacts with people who are kind of on the same page, at the same wavelength that we are, and we have a great time interacting with them back and forth. As people who don't have a huge following right now, this is a great time to get in on the ground floor and actually be able to talk back and forth with us. because if we ever do become popular, that probably won't be the case. So,
We will remember the little people we stepped on as we rose to greatness.
No, I'm just trying to point out that the busier we get, the less chance there will be of us responding to you directly. So right now, if you're not currently a fan of ours in one of our different platforms, for example, my YouTube videos, I have somebody that I've been interacting with on there pretty much daily, and I really appreciate it. So thank you, Lisa. And so, we haven't gotten a great following yet, but if you do want to follow us now, you can get in on the ground floor and hopefully help us to become bigger.
You become a pioneer tier of followership.
Yes.
Pioneer.
And we will remember you for sure. The pioneer tier.
Really, we keep saying it to ourselves. It only takes one thing for us to go viral and to go there, but we're definitely, we've got that overnight success thing going on, the 15-year plan on the overnight success thing, but we'll get there.
The problem is 15 years from now, we'll be in our mid to late 70s. So, but if we could do it a little sooner than that, it would be nice.
Yeah, we'll get there. We're not going to keep you because we're not here, I guess. I don't know. The next time you see us, we're probably going to be on the road to points
places
eastward,
elsewhere.
Eastward somewhere, and that'll be fun too.
Yep.
But if you can't think of anything else, I can't think of anything else.
Just check out our books.
Yep. So
check out our events.
So as Cece said, we appreciate everybody that has been following us so far on this journey, and we hope to see you again. As always, you can find all of our books and all of our podcasts by going to our website at www.carsonhume.com. Right there at the top of the page is a menu where you can see, you can access podcasts, writers that we've talked to, and also at the top of the page there is our link to our 99-cent books, our 99-cent ebooks, and our library in a PDF form if you just want to take a quick grab that real quick and take a peek and see what we've done. And of course, there's links to the platforms and everything that is CC and JT. As an aside, we do have a second podcast. Hasn't had a lot of traffic. Hasn't had a lot of new writers on there recently. But I was looking at the website and the statistics. It's still getting hits, and that would be over on twomoorebooks.com, where we are partners with the Sierra Arts Foundation and the Sierra Arts Literary Community, where we provide a platform to the members of the Sierra Arts Literary Community to give them an opportunity to display their books and their methods. And that's always a great deal of fun. So unless there's anything else, Cece?
I just want to say that those are specifically Northern Nevada authors. We do have a lot of them in the area, and we definitely recommend that you check them out.
Absolutely. So until you do that, until you see us next time over there, Cece.
Over there's JT.
We please take care of yourselves and come on back now. You hear? Bye.
Bye.